Zambia. We have lots lined up for you today. We have our very first conversation, and this is a lady who's just dived right into it. When you talk about education with a purpose, Mwangala Ikacana has got Join for Joy. Just stemming from the name, it says a lot. Brian had a conversation with her.
Says a lot, and I think it does trigger quite some joy for those of us who love to see the children in school. It's good to have you in the program, Mwangala.
Thank
you. So, first of all, for some of our viewers that may not really know where we're coming from, they may not, perhaps they're listening or hearing Join for Joy for the very first time. Would you care just to elaborate on as far as that is concerned?
Yeah, not a problem.
All right.
So Join for Joy first is a non-profit, but it's a non-profit which has an amazing sports and play program.
Yeah.
And what we do is we use sports and play to firstly keep children in school, but at the same time use it as a tool for teachers to discuss different topics with their learners. Topics such as social skills, which teach critical thinking, resilience, decision-making, and different social themes which make them aware of things which happen around their community.
All right.
We use it to discuss topics like menstrual hygiene. We use it to discuss topics like music and arts. We even use it to just discuss actually in-class topics like how can a teacher use a sports and play program to still teach a math subject or an English subject. Okay. But our focus right now is rural government schools.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So tell me how will you go about achieving that objective?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so far, first they'll allow me to say we've been operating since 2017,
right.
And our focus area has been Chongwe district.
Okay.
Now, we are very deliberate about our focus area because, like I said before, it's rural government schools. Because for Join for Joy Zambia, we believe that every passing year there's more children in rural schools than there is in urban schools. And simple maths dictates that the future of Zambia is definitely going to have a population that has been raised in rural communities. And what our thinking is, if this is the group that's going to comprise of a majority of Zambians, these are the ones who are probably going to make decisions for the country. But then what kind of education are they receiving? Are they being exposed to different extracurricular activities? Are they being exposed to things which you might otherwise only see happening in many urban or private schools?
Right.
So we are now giving these children an opportunity to, one, experience joy, experience play, but at the same time while teaching. So, so far we've had a total of 60 schools in our program. In fact, just last week, we inducted a new set of 48 teachers in the program out of 12 schools. So every year we include a set of 12 schools and 48 teachers.
All right.
And so far, I think it's just been amazing. We want to see more teachers engaging their children in sports activities. It's a story of joy, and it's something that I'm extremely, extremely passionate about.
All right, that's interesting because more often than not, and I think we've had this, conversation on TV before, where we're talking about how communities are neglecting that aspect of life for the children. Most of the places where we must have our children going to enjoy recreation, so to speak. Now I've got houses there, and things of that sort. So that's a very interesting, undertaking. But share with me the challenges you're facing, because I can imagine you get into this school. Some people may not, on point, buy into your concept.
Absolutely, and there have been a few challenges that we've hit along the way. A few that I can mention would be, we begin by training teachers, and then we want these teachers to implement the program in their schools. There's moments when teachers get transferred every now and then it kind of disturbs the flow of the program. We've had cases where we can't train all the teachers at one school. So then again, that becomes a problem for us, because then the ones trained are going to focus on specific grades, but yet the program is supposed to benefit an entire school.
All right.
So I think our main limitations have been trying to be there for every school, but then we can only move at a very steady pace. We're making good progress so far, but it has come with some of those challenges.
All right. So one may ask, why just work with government schools in rural areas? Because our kids too need what you're taking there.
I know. All kids need it. Well, I think the simplest answer I could give you is, while all kids need joy, which ones of those are not exposed to it?
All right.
And I'll tell you, I've been to many rural communities so far, and been to many rural community schools, and I've seen how education is done. And for lack of a better word, sometimes school programs are very militarized. You know, come to school, be in class for 4 hours and go back home. There's nothing in between that makes these children feel like they need to come back to school the next day. But then when we give this teacher something super exciting, which is going to make these children feel like they're probably playing, because children are attracted to play. You can't deny that. So if they feel like they're playing, but at the same time, this teacher is still achieving their goal in teaching a subject, in teaching what they have planned for that day, I think for us it's a win.
Right.
And rural schools don't have a lot of extracurricular activity, like I mentioned before. They don't have a lot of conversations around good menstrual hygiene. And so we've come in deliberately to step in that space and create these opportunities for them. It's something which is available for all schools, but when it comes to rural government schools, we don't charge them anything for their training. We do everything for free. But any other school that would like it, unfortunately, there is a little bit of a charge attached to it. But when it comes to government rural schools, it's something we do for free because we know it's something that's extremely needed in those communities.
Right. So you spoke about the issue of orientation for the teachers, right? How long does it take to register a win as far as that is concerned?
Okay, so our program begins with a 3-stage training process. So the first one is something we call the kickoff. Okay. And as the name suggests, you know, you're beginning something. It's like it's the introduction of something new. And I guess kickoff also comes out of a very sport-related theme because of the nature of our program. So during this kickoff, it's a 4-day program, and we have teachers at one particular place where we camp with the teachers, and then in these 4 days we engage in different conversations on what's happening in their school, get an understanding of what they're doing, and then we also unveil our program as to how we think sports can be implemented, or how we feel different class subjects can be taught. After that, we have something called Train the Trainer, which happens after another 3 months, where you now just come back and review what they've been doing in their schools since the kickoff. And then the last training is called an achievement review, where you literally review what our achievements have been from the time the school was introduced in the program and over the course of the year. So a school is on in the program for a period of 3 years because we also want to promote sustainability and ownership. So we don't want people to hold on for us forever and feel like they need us to implement the program. We come in to do something called a knowledge transfer. We'll make the knowledge available for you, give this training available to you, and we'll also give you the materials to do this training. So each school goes with a trunk, which we refer to as a game box, with sports equipment that the teachers and the school can use for their children. All right. After 3 years, we want the school to graduate from the program while still knowing everything that they need to do to continue to implement it without Join for Joy constantly monitoring them. All right. Because we do conduct school visits every term. We call it monitoring and evaluation sessions, where we just observe and offer guidance. But after 3 years, we want to be 100% confident that this school, I think, has adopted the program so well that they don't need us to continuously be there. They can now continue to sustain the program and take ownership of it on their own.
Now listen, it's tempting to go on and on. Yes. But you know, I want my job as well. As we wind up this interaction, how can people reach you? You mentioned that there's a fee that is attached for certain schools, but there could be some people also who are just interested in finding out more about you. How can they reach you?
Absolutely. So firstly, we have a website for anyone who would like to reach us. You can search for www.joinforjoy.net. You are going to see a lot of the interesting things that we do. You can also catch us on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. But if you also just want to send us an email directly, you can email zambia@joinforjoy.net. And you will be able to interact with me or any of the team that is going to pick up the email.
I can imagine how many success stories you have.
Oh my God,
We'll spend the
so
whole day.
many. I would love to tell you everything, but like you said, I don't think we have enough time.
Yeah.
We might be here for another 2 weeks just talking about it.
Right. Listen, I want to thank you very much for coming to the show. I'm afraid we have to drop it here for now, but I hope to have more conversations around this, going forward.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
I remember how, I don't mean to brag, for those millennials who are watching right now, we had fun during our school days. We used to play. We had, do these guys still have PE teachers? Do they still?
They still do.
But ours, I think we're fun,
You think you had more fun, eh?
Yeah, I want to believe so.
But it's the aspect of how, Join for Joy brings in this holistic approach to only not, growing, but also learning, because you're going to learn on the education part in regards to just class, but also the other part of your brain also growing.
Definitely.
Good work there. Thank you so much, Mwangala, for coming through.
Thank you.
We're going